All right, my people, welcome back to Critics News with more update on as it take the go. Now, we are going to bring you this important information that we saw not quite long, which I also showed you guys. As you can see on our screen, they say that the failed president of Nigeria, which is the Obonkonyaro Guru Muhammadu Buhari, has vowed that he's going to give IPOB people life imprisonment or 20 years sentencing starting from now with the new act that they have signed into law in Nigeria, including for Boko Haram. I say, wow, don't mind the one that they are mentioning, Boko Haram. They are targeting this at innocent agitators. That is what the failed president is doing. Now, look at this. Look at this. It says Boko Haram IPOB members risk life imprisonment under new act signed into law by President Muhammadu Buhari, a failed government. Now, this information, I'm bringing it to you on the 24th of May, 2022. All right, so we're going to look at it and also see what it says concerning IPOB people. But I think the solution is not the prosecution or the persecution, because not all of them they do for Nigeria. It is referendum. That is the solution. The ultimate goal is referendum. Let everybody go and decide. Enough of this nonsense shenanigan of a country. Boko Haram IPOB members risk life imprisonment. Members of the proscribed Boko Haram and the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB classified as terrorists risk maximum sentence or life imprisonment, according to this new nonsense that they are talking about. This is contained in the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act signed into law recently by the failed president of the country, who is Muhammadu Buhari, that has Buhari'd the country into anarchy and chaos that we are experiencing today. However, the law has created a defense for members of the groups, which will enable them escape their minimum or maximum sentence. The law states a person who is a member or professes to be a member of a terrorist group or a proscribed entity in or outside Nigeria commits an offense and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for a term of not less than 20 years and up to a maximum of life imprisonment. This is the new laws that the failed president of Nigeria is trying to bring up in order to crush IPOB members. So while some people are here protecting the government of Buhari, telling you that Buhari is doing well, telling you all these stories. Now, let me tell you something, that by birth, every Biafran is an IPOB member, because it is an indigenous people of Biafra. That is why it is affecting everybody. Whether you have joined by PayPal or joined by speaking, you're automatically an IPOB member. Besides, whenever they are raiding people in different states of Biafra land, they don't come to ask you whether you are IPOB member. They automatically tag you an IPOB member. Whether you have registered or not, you're automatically an IPOB member. That is how Nigeria is. So the earlier all of you recognize who you are and start looking for a way out of the failed zoological republic, the better for you and I. Now, in continuation, it says that it shall be a defense for a person charged with an offense under subsection 1 of this section that the entity in respect of which the charge is brought was not a terrorist group or a proscribed entity at the time that the person became a member or began to profess membership of that group or entity, and the person has not taken part in the activities of the group or entity after it became a terrorist group or proscribed entity. You don't read. Now, a person who conspires with another to commit an offense under this part in Nigeria, or to commit an act of terrorism in any place outside Nigeria, being an act which, if done in Nigeria, would have constituted an offense, is deemed to have conspired to do that act in Nigeria, and is liable on conviction to the same punishment as provided under this bill for the offense to which the conspiracy relates. So what are they saying? They are saying that if you are outside the country and you are maybe broadcasting on behalf of IPOB, you are defending IPOB, you are propagating Biafra, then that the law that in case if you had made such statement in Nigeria, the DSS would kidnap you, that also the same law holds you down in Europe. So what I want to ask this failed Buhari and these people who are enacting this nonsense, useless law is, so which means that you people are going to extradite all the IPOB members. So we are waiting for you people to do that quickly, as soon as possible. Extradite all the IPOB members, all of them around the world. That is the paper that we are waiting for you now to submit to all the embassies of the world before this thing can get heard, before we can acknowledge this thing. And that is the more reason why everybody needs to fight harder, because a lot of people now don't gog. A lot of people will not be able to travel back to Nigeria because of their activities in the agitation or speaking out on social media against the injustice meted on Biafran people. So we must fight harder and tougher to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality, so that we can be able to visit our homes. That is the truth of the matter, and that is the reality of things today. So it is not going to be by, oh, una go dey do papa nyanya, una go dey talk rubbish on social media. Instead of facing the enemy, una go dey face una own brothers or sisters. They talk rubbish and write nonsense. And that same rope holding you is holding that person that you are pointing finger at. That is foolishness. That's how we rate people who are doing this backstabbing, or you are fighting your own brother. Whereby we have never seen all these Fulani even condemning their terrorist brothers. They know they even condemn them. So, but your own now is to come out on social media and be lying up and down against your own brother. You people better stop it and repent today. Repent from this. In fact, I tag it blasphemy. Repent before it is too late and judgment will come upon you. Nonsense. Now, according to this update too, they say that a person who knowingly, directly or indirectly aids and abates, induces, instigates, instructs, or counsels or procures another person by any means whatsoever to commit an act of terrorism commits an offense. I say we don't hear. So in case you are giving instruction that people should defend themselves, they say that it is an act of terrorism, that we should just tell people to lose guard, that they should just stay there so Fulani can come and kill them. And we say no to such barbaric law that doesn't have any meaningful effect in the lives of the people. You are trying to make laws that will benefit the Fulani invasion, and we are saying no today to this useless law. A person who commits an offense under subsection 2 of the section is liable on conviction, where the offense is committed, to the same punishment as provided under this act for the offense to which the offense relates, and where the offense is not committed, to imprisonment for a term of not less than 5 years and not more than that provided for full offense under this act. So if I look at this, what the statement I just made now, it's just like transmission made to transmission, and we are transmissioning our police to the transmission of our transmission. So, but not talking about that, it states further that anybody who being in lawful custody for an act of terrorism escapes from custody or aid, facilitate, or abet the escape of a person who is in lawful custody of the relevant agency for an act of terrorism or suspected to have committed an offense under any of the provisions of this bill commits an offense and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for a term of not less than 20 years. It also states that any person who attempts to commit an offense under the lie is liable on conviction for the same punishment as provided for the offense to which the attempt relates. It states further, where a person is charged with an attempt to commit an offense under this part, but the evidence establishes the commission of the full offense, the person shall not be acquitted, but shall be convicted for the commission of the offense, and is liable on conviction to the same punishment as provided under this part for the offense of which the attempt relate. Wahala dey. Everything here, guy, you went on and went on and went on. No be small thing, o. Where did I stop? In addition, financing the travel, of individuals who travel to a state other than their state of residence or nationality for the perpetration, planning, or preparation or participation in terrorist acts or providing or receiving of terrorist training is deemed to have committed an offense and is liable upon conviction to imprisonment for a term of not less than 20 years and up to a maximum of life imprisonment. So if you are doing anything that will help you to get self-defense, it is prohibited in this act. This is the kind of laws that Nigeria is making now, in case you don't know. Hostage taking, kidnapping, hijacking, threatening to kill and detaining anyone with the aim of compelling a third party to do an unlawful act, among others, is also an offense under the law. It added, a person who knowingly or intentionally seizes, detains, or attempts to seize or detain a person, property, or facility in order to compel a third party to do or abstain from doing a lawful act, threatens to kill, injure, or continue to detain a person in order to compel a third party to do or abstain from doing a lawful act, or gives an explicit or implicit condition for the release of the person held hostage, or the property or facility detained, commits an offense. That is kidnapping, whether it is kidnapping or hostage taking, unknown government activities. That is what they are talking about here, that those things are offenses. A person who commits an offense under the subsection 1 of the section is liable on conviction where death does not result from the act to life imprisonment, or where death results from the act to a death sentence. This is the new law that the failed president of Nigeria has implemented now, that he's going to be using on Biafran agitators in the southeastern part of Nigeria, especially. And also, according to them, they mentioned Boko Haram just to wave it off so that you not say, oh, they are talking about, no, that one is a wave off. But this particular law or bill is targeted at peaceful protesters and people who are fighting to defend themselves in an event of Fulani invasion of their land, trying to protect themselves. He never talked about the Fulani herdsmen that have been killing people. No, that is not the problem. The problem here is to kill IPOB members, to kill Biafrans. That is the target of this very law that you are seeing here. And I just feel that it is very, very important for me to also update you, so that especially those people who are in Nigeria, to be very, very careful. If not, na so caught, they go use this thing to wound people. I just say make I let una know. I beg, let's listen to this our sister on what Wike did to them.
So some time ago, Governor Wike went around Port Harcourt taking people's homes, and my in-laws' house was affected. Now my mother and my father-in-law, that house, they got it legally. My in-law served the government for years. My father-in-law bought that house legally. We have CFO. That is our family house. That is the house. I don't want to remember them. We go there. Family pictures of since when my husband was a baby. Pictures of my in-laws. Everything is there. And we came to this house. And obviously we had taken the government to court, trying to get it. Only for me to my husband to call me this morning to say that a wicked had broken down our house. Everything gone. Our memories. So many families were affected by this. And we were quietly this in court. And for a property that is in court, you still go ahead and you bulldoze because it's in a choice area. It's in GRA. You want to take people's properties because the property is something that is worth a lot. I feel so bad for my husband because he was so close to his mother. He's an only son. And he said to me this morning that he had gone into my bedroom in our house in Abuja, and that he had laid on my bed because he was thinking about me, and that this was what we took away from him, that anytime he went to Port Harcourt, he would go and lay on his mother's bed and he could still smell her and remember her. But Wike has now bulldozed the whole house. Everything is gone.
This is Nigeria. It don't happen to them. It shock you. This is Nigeria for you. And there is no development every day. They are bulldozing here and there. Yet, you can't put light. Ordinary light. No government has been able to conquer that. Out of all the whole presidential candidates, now I've not seen anyone that says, oh, I want to turn $1 to $1 so the dollar will remain where it is. Nobody is talking about that again. Now that one, the taste come on and enter this thing, this katakata before. Now we are facing it today. Nobody is talking about it again. This country, if you never know, saying a scam, start to know that from today. Nigeria is a total scam, and it is built on lies that will not help the country. Rather, it is droning the country. Big time. Let me know what you think about this. IPOB, over to you. Onye mara asị ya asọ n'ikwu, onye na-amakwa na-asọ ya asọ na-abata. So ndị na-report ibe ha, I don't know favor you stand to gain. Lekwa the law eba. Go and talk to the Obonkonyaro Gore in Aso Rock. Let's see what he'll say. I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless you, and share this video. Let it go viral. Some of you know, I know if you even give thumbs up on our videos, share this video so that everybody, every IPOB member will hear this particular message. It is very, very important. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.